Okay, we're starting a little bit late. I don't see anyone on, but this is my normal time for painting, so I decided I would start doing a few shares, not shares, a few lives. Um, this is day two. By the way, hi. I don't think if anyone's here yet, but maybe watching later. Hello, my name is Heather. Um, I talk a lot about how are we going to make money on YouTube. I talk about inspirational information. I have a new playlist called You Matter Because You Do. And even when my kids were little, I like to paint at night after I was done being a mom or doing my mom duties. And now they're in college, and I still paint every day. So what we have right here are, that's still a little bit wet. This is what we did last night, and I posted on my channel under the community tab or the posts, showing the difference between what this one looked like last night. So it was day one was wet, day two dry, which just felt like one part was a little bit wet. This one changed almost a totally different color when it dried. And this one, if anybody was watching yesterday, it was what we used just to clean up. We had a bunch of extra paint. And I am a messy painter. Everybody's different. We all start somewhere. And if you got a chance to see the little 15-second short that I posted yesterday, it shows the different types of art that I do. Can y'all see this? Let me look. Oh, and my tech setup is really basic. So, I don't have the tripod and I can't see the chat. Let's see. Do we have anybody on? No. But, if you can see this right here, kind of what we're working on, these. We're using different colors mixed. Let me see how that looks. Yeah, we're using different colors mixed with, and I mix my paints when I do it. They call this a pour, P-O-U-R. Um, you can mix paints with a little bit of water, silicone oil. You don't have to use silicone oil. It's kind of expensive. And then your whatever paint. I use acrylics because they're a lot easier to wash your hands and get out of your clothes than oil. But you know what I found when I ran out of silicone oil? This stuff. It's called coconut oil. It's you spray it in your hair like. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but for us ladies, if your ends are dry, can y'all see that? I'm sorry about the lighting. I have really good lighting in my shop, but we're set up right now, it's just odd. Anyways, it is, I don't know, OGX, Nourishing Coconut Oil. This stuff right here works just as well. And what I'm talking about, actually, let me back up, is whenever you mix oil into your paint, and this is by no means a finished painting. It usually takes me 10, 12 days or times. I wait for it to dry and then I'll go another. So this is technically we're on round two. But see how these little dots and all, they're very, very, very easy to see here. They pop out. The oil pops out when it's mixed with the paint. And one way you can make more, they call them, I like to call them bubbles. People call them cells, C-E-L-L-S. But there's all different brands of silicone oil. And it comes with like a little squirty thing because you just need a little bit. And I found two. So this one works. I really like this for my hair because it smells good. So it's just if the other one's out. You can also use Dawn dish soap. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can find online if you're interested in pores, Pours. And if you can see that one, um, I have I don't think I can get it down. Has anybody ever seen when your grandma made like a cake and then they have that cake stand that they put it on that sits up like this? So what you do with an actual pour is you'll have it on the cake stand and then you do your different colors and then you spin it. And that's how it ends up like this. But today we're just gonna do, I don't have, usually I'll have something in mind that I want to make. And right now, I'm just calling these base colors. So I'm doing some base painting, instead of just taking a white blank canvas, which I think if you're not an artist or if you're aspiring, sometimes that can be intimidating. And what I found is sometimes if you play with the colors and make it not white, it starts to kind of turn into something and then you can work with it. So again, I'm going to go back to yesterday. I posted a 15-second short. I think it's called like Show and Tell. And all it is it's my copyright, of course, material, and it shows the different paintings that I've made, different kinds. And one of them, the octopus, kind of started like this. And after 4 or 5 days of different colors and kind of messing around, it started looking like an octopus. So today I wanted to show you guys something that you might do the freak out dance. I don't know if anybody's even on here, but I'm gonna look. Oh, there is. Welcome. I have no clue. Is my hair a disaster? My shop gets so hot. I ran to the pool earlier. Okay, so I had this idea for this one. And I think they call it a tree pour. So what you do is you layer different colors and then you flip it upside down and it kind of spreads and then the colors will kind of mix together. So this is my idea for this one. And I was trying to think what would look cool on top of it. Like maybe a blue, white, and a green. I don't know. It's not as though I didn't think of any of this before I hit go, but I do have ADD, and my creative brain never, ever, ever stops. So, and I've had 97 ideas for this moment. All right, just give me 1 second, and we'll fill up the cup. And I'll show you guys. If you were here yesterday, or if you watched, if this is years in the future, which would be so cool, do not look at this as a tutorial on how to be a painter. Look at this as a tutorial on anybody can create whatever they think they want to create. I personally, I have a minor in art, and I have a psychology degree. But when I was in college, I loved making ceramic pots, and my kids still eat off of them even to this day. And y'all don't know anything about my age probably, but I'm 53. So, and I went to college when I was 20, so that's a pretty long time ago. Okay, I think we're getting this blue to where I want it. So one thing I said yesterday, and I may say it anytime I do painting, is that I know a lot of different artists that do a lot of different types of art, and some are really specific. They don't like dirty, they don't like messy, they like sketches, and the sketch turns into this, then this turns into that. And screen printers, sculptors, all of them. Everybody is different. I am super appreciative and thankful for where we live. I turned our what was a carport into a 4-car garage. We don't have 4 cars, and we don't have cars that even need to go in a garage. Um, and then I have the neighbor down the street that's an electrician. Fix the electricity in here and update everything so I can see what I was doing. And I'm extremely blessed and thankful. So you could do this with some newspaper, thick, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 sheets, or take an Amazon box or something, and just put it down on the floor. And if you cannot be on carpet when you're going to mess around with paint, probably better to be on tile because it's easier to clean up. Okay, I got a bottle. Where did we? Trust the madness. I wish I had more white. That's too close to that. If you look at other videos of people that do this, they usually do it in like a clear plastic drink, party cup or whatever you call those. I don't have any at the time. I have this, and I kind of wanted a little more than that, but I might try that in a minute. Okay. So we're just going to layer some colors. I know what y'all are thinking. They're all going to mix together, but let's have faith. Can y'all even see what I'm doing? Okay. Okay, y'all, I have to say this out loud. I paint in my studio every night, whether anybody's with me or not. So if anyone joins, I'm super happy. I can't go much faster than right now, so I'm trying my best. What? Yeah, that was happening. That one was not good. That's gonna be enough. Oh, come on, Heather. Coming right back, I'll swear. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I think any more is gonna mix the silvers and blues together. So let's see if we can torch it. Did anybody join? Oh, I see one person. Hi, welcome, welcome. We're adding to yesterday's painting and we're doing what's called a pour, P-O-U-R. And I do not know if any of the paints we used had enough oil in them, but let's see. Let me see if I can zoom you. Okay. Sorry, that might make you dizzy. Okay. Oh, the glue is popping. didn't see enough cells. Let's see the red? Mm. This silver part kind of shows how the oil makes it separate. Okay. All right. I am going to add something thicker on there. What do we have? Let's do some gold. Hey, it's blue. I'm coming right back. Okay, so if anybody joined, welcome, welcome. I usually paint at night, and I have about 3,700 subscribers on my channel, and I usually talk about during the day. I talk about the importance of finding our joy, how to make money on YouTube, things like that. But this is actually what I do at night, period, and I have for a long time. I just thought I would start to share. I just mixed a really weird silver and what is this color called? Global Sunset. I don't know what it's going to come out like. And I said this yesterday in my first live ever, so today's my second one. I am a messy painter, and I'm okay with it because I can still create. I don't know if y'all can see. This is what this is going to end up, but it usually takes me 10 to 12 rounds because I wait for things to dry and then add to them so they become very textured and layered. But I also can do that koi and that anchor. And there's a 20-second, I think it's a 15-second short with some of my other more detailed work, copywritten, of course. So let's do it the way we did it last time. So you can layer your colors and then slowly drop them down The first time I did this, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? That purple's not happening. Oh, what about like a brown? So if you guys see this on anybody else's YouTube channel, you're not going to see anybody that's messy like me. They usually have a clear, like a party cup, and they call this a flip cup. Um, where we live, we recycle everything, so I usually end up just reusing whatever somebody had earlier. Apparently, I don't know. I think these were apple juice bottles. Okay, here we go. I used this a minute ago. And underneath here is my really nice drafting table. And it's glass and I really like it. It's for sketching. But for the tech issue I'm having, I don't have a tripod right now. So I just have it's just an old canvas that can get dirty, if anybody's wondering. So let's see. Let me see if I can do this right. So what we're going to do is just flip it this way and then slide it out quickly. And then, uh-oh, that's way too much red. The red took over. Let's see what it'll do. Oh yeah, and if this is where you click off because you're having a freak out dance, I understand. I have created, I don't know, 200 or 300 paintings, and I've painted over at least half of them because I didn't like it. I think this looks cooler than what it did before, personally. I like those colors together. So let's see if I can cover up the blue. Why is there not in my face? Stop. Oh, I don't know. That looks kind of cool. Like this whole side. When it's wet, it's easier to catch the edges or the missed spots than when it's dry. And that is actually just an opinion of mine. And I don't know how other people feel about it. And a lot of times people like to frame artwork, but for those who don't, I try to either, if it's a drip like this, I have one, the drip looks super cool because it stayed real consistent and thick. But if not, I try to somewhat clean it up while I still have, obviously the mixed paint is like crazy colors, right? Okay. I'm gonna let this one, we didn't do anything with this one. I'm gonna let this one pick up those cool colors. I can't believe I actually like this. I don't always like my pores. Let's see if that makes it flat. Okay, it's not moving. Do you want to see what happened here? That's funny. Almost that whole thing was red. Let's see if we can just make matchy match. Okay. I am so sorry that I can't see the chat or anything that's going on. This is a live. It'll obviously be up on the channel for anybody to watch if they want to. I like, so all of these, this isn't supposed to be a tutorial. I really just wanted to get on here, paint, and not really talk. But it feels like it needs some explanation. All of these dots, if y'all can see them, let me see. That light up there is so bright. There, all those dots, all of them, those are all from that oil. Hey, you guys, I saw it. We have a, oh, they left. Let me clean this. Go. Okay, I'm going to torch it while I hold it. See, I was just showing different paintings. All right. Hi, welcome. So I was just showing everybody how we were doing a pour. We mixed a few colors with some oil and some water. And all of these dots are like bubbles. To me, they call them cells. And I bet you these right here are going to grow as soon as I get heat on it. Cool, right? I mean, if that's what you're going for. So there's oil mixed in with the paint for anyone who just joined. And it, when you hit it with heat, so I use, it's just like a kitchen torch. It will make, I call them bubbles, they're called cells. It makes the cells pop. And because I mix colors, it adds some interesting depth. This is by no means going to be the final piece. I usually, I don't know, it usually takes me 10 or 12 goes with anything that I create. Golly, everything popped. Let's see about this silvery. I think that one already didn't. See how that is, that's that pink color and it's getting all big. And the yellow gets little. Don't catch your, if y'all decide to do this, don't catch your canvas on fire. Only one time did my canvas get a little brown. I think that's good. I mean, there's a point where you just kind of want to be like, that's enough. But I like the way that you can take something that just looks like, you know, a regular color. and I don't know, make it bubbly. Like, that's one I made a really long time ago. It was like bubbly drips. So, let's see. I'm going to put you guys back in my super non-tech way to see if we can let that one dry. I don't even want to touch it because some of the paint is really viscous and it will start to, so right now we could pick it up and move it, and what it will do is it'll make all the cells kind of grow and move, but I like it the way it is. I don't know, we have a lot of bread. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so we use these two. Are these two in the frame? Yeah. We used these two little ones from yesterday that were like a pink and a gray to pick up everything that kind of spilled off. So I can already see the cells are already forming. Well, how about this off? Oh my gosh, something's like totally on fire. Okay, I want blue. No, I do not know what I'm doing. I just know I've done this. I have 300 finished paintings, at least. I keep saying 200, but I had a friend come over earlier and we found a whole bunch that I had forgotten about. And I have some really good ones and some that were just me messing around, and that's okay. If anybody has just come in, I have a technical issue. I cannot see the chat. I'm so sorry. Welcome, welcome. I typically paint at night, And I just thought that I have almost 3,700 subscribers on my channel that I talk to during the day about YouTube and positivity. And this is what I do at night. So I just thought I would start sharing. Right now, I would call this playtime. I'm really just kind of seeing what colors I like together, how they're going together. And what's going to happen is I'll mess with each one of these about. I have done one painting in one day ever. Usually at 10 to 12. Because paint, when it dries different colors. And it'll start to look like something. Let's see. And these all have an oil and a water mixed in with the paint. I did that on purpose because it turns into these cells. So let's see if we're going to have any here. Oh my gosh, I'm almost catching it on fire. Okay, that was just a little bit. If y'all will give me 2 seconds, I'm going to show you what happens when you just let art flow. Okay, so this one, it is basically, I make my own black paint from Heartburn Pal, and I started using chalk and just making a bunch of colors and shapes exactly like this, messing around. And one day I saw that guy and I grabbed my white charcoal stick, which is, if you don't know, it's just like a white matte pencil. And I outlined him. And then I looked around and I was like, that's underwater. That's like deep down in the sea. And that all total accident, the whole thing. I mean, I didn't have to add anybody. Let's see, how long have we been on? Because we have one more. Hi, I see we've got 2 folks on. How is everybody today? Hello. These are the next steps from yesterday where we added more paint. And the paint had water and oil in it. If you haven't already been listening to me, I'm trying not to repeat myself, but I don't want to move that one because it's super, super wet and it's gonna go. Let's see here. Can y'all still see that? Okay, sort of. This light's weird. Okay, let's see what we can add to that one. Which blue was that? I liked that blue. I think this is level. That's funny. That looks like a really ugly egg. I feel like I'm painting tie-dye. This is crazy. Do I know what I'm doing? No. This is not my first day to paint. I love to manipulate materials, so it helps me be a better artist, a better mom, better everything. I just like to manipulate. Like if you guys, maybe y'all are cooks, maybe you're an artist. If you're cooks, you know, sometimes you try out new things in the kitchen. Not so much do they like it, but like, how's it gonna taste? Similar concept. And I 100% believe in painting over anything that you don't like. And that is what gives me permission to do crazy stuff like this, where it kind of looked cool before. Now it's just, I don't even know what's happening here. I'm just pushing the paint out. Just trying to give it a little consistency for when it dries. I don't know, that's crazy. Okay, so blue and green, and then we're gonna stop for the night and see how it ends up tomorrow. See if any of those cells pop out. I don't think they will. Like all these. Oh, I think this has gotten to a drying spot, so it's not going to do that. I don't know. I think it's going to look kind of cool tomorrow. Okay, I see one person on there. Hi, I can't see the chat, but I did see one person on there. Thank you for coming. This was me mixing colors and materials together. I love to see how things, how they mix together, and that helps me when I do really large, my favorite really large paintings. So let's see if we can get it. Oh, it looks so much better on this side of the camera. And then that one, when we blow torched it, all of those bubbles, that was just regular paint, right? And then these, I have to have better lighting. But eventually, the ones I've done come out about like that. And those types of things help me create paintings like that. So I can figure out what goes together, how paint looks together. I don't know. Is there anything else anybody wants to see? Just one person on here. I'll show you. Oh, here's one of my favorite pours ever. Can you see it? Oh, there's people now. Hi guys. We're about to close up. I was showing everyone the craziness that I've been doing, where it just looks like mixing paint. Eventually can dry, but look at this one. Totally looks like a skull, right? Thought that was funny. I came out the next morning and that was that. Let's see. We've got him. He's cute. Some abstract. I showed a few in the live last night. Here is what we were just doing with really dark colors. And if you can see the sides, I just let it dry. Here, let me take this off. So you can see how it just dries. And it's not everybody's cup of tea. Pardon me. I guess I could hang this up. Oh yeah, and I painted on a shelf. I just paint on whatever I find. And if anybody didn't see it last night, it's my homage, my favorite, Jackson Pollock. This is my painting, copyright, but I did pull this off the web. February 1956, Time Magazine, nickname Jackson Pollock, Jack the Dripper. And this is an actual painting, so that's also printed and then Mod Podged on here. Those are his actual shoes that he always painted in. And at the end, I felt like it needed something, so I attached one of my brushes. And then later, I was doing some more detailed stuff, and that would be his face. So obviously like the bigger one better. But yeah, that's some of the things in my art studio. And I'm gonna have my shop up live soon because I am full up. Like, somebody totally wants to buy this guy, I know. That would look so cute. And a baby room. Some of my pieces actually glow in the dark. Also, let's see what else I got. Another big one, a big church. I did this one when we had the eclipse recently. This one's going to go to a psychiatrist's office. It's like Rorschach's. I think that's it. Hi, I see there's one person on here. Thank you so much for sticking with me. We're almost at an hour, and you got a little bit of a, I don't know, shop introduction. My dad always freaks out when he's here because there's a lot going on, but it's what makes my soul happy. And I have a few shorts that explain my art therapy journey and how it got started. And all I can say is that if anything you saw tonight was just, wow, too crazy, I get it. But hopefully it could be something that, the next time you want to try something new, I don't know, paddleboard, canoe, go for a hike, go next door and meet a neighbor that you never have. Just remember that we all start somewhere, and don't be afraid to just try something new. I've created almost 300 paintings, and I do have an art minor from 30 years ago, but painting was the only time for my PTSD. It was the only time that my brain just silenced. So if you have something in your mind that you're thinking, maybe I want to do this or that or whatever it is, you should try it. Just try. Because you know what? If I don't like the paintings that we just did in a week or so, I'm just going to paint white over them and just start again. I, I don't think there's any reason to be attached to them. Let's see. And did you see that one? I love this one because I added a real hook. Anyways, I love you. Thank you for staying with me. Good night.